Hello students, welcome to the class of microwave engineering. Today we'll be discussing avalanche transit time devices, and to be specific, we'll be discussing impact diode. There are other diodes also like trapper diode and buried diodes falling in the same category. Now our reference will be Samuel Y. Liao, Microwave Devices and Circuits. Now, avalanche transit time devices rely upon avalanche multiplication and then consequent traversal to an intrinsic domain. So let us start from over here that avalanche transit time diodes rely on the effect of avalanche breakdown across obviously a reverse bias PN junction. These breakdowns supply a pool of holes and electrons. The avalanche diode devices use carrier impact ionization. The mechanism is known as the avalanche multiplication is known as the impact ionization as we know, and corresponding drift in the high field region of a semiconductor junction to produce a negative resistance at microwave frequency. So what we have over here is avalanche transit time diode devices. So there will be an avalanche breakdown for which we require a reverse bias junction, and consequently there will be a drift in the high field region. So there will be a drift and a high field region. So first we study the basic structure upon silicon, which was first proposed back in 1958 by Reid. So this device was originally proposed in a theoretical paper by Reid, in which he analyzed the negative resistance properties of an N plus P I P plus diode, N superscript plus, that means heavily doped N-type semiconductor in silicon. P is normal doped and I is almost intrinsic, and P plus is again a P-type with heavy doping. A mode of the Reid diode with a doping profile and a DC electric field distribution that exists when a large reverse bias is applied across the diode is shown below, figure 1. So see, we can see that is the this is the Reid diode, a 4-layer diode. This is the N plus region, this is P, this is I, and this is your P plus region. Now, as the N plus region have lot of majority carrier as electrons, so conductivity will be high, so the voltage drop will be less. So see, the electric field is low over here. But at the junction, what will happen? There will be reverse bias. See, this is reverse bias because N plus is connected to positive terminal and P plus is connected to negative. So this is a reverse bias configuration. So the electrons will move. So the electrons will move along this direction, and the holes will move along this direction, leaving uncovered charges at the junction. So there will be positively charged immobile ions in the N plus region and negatively charged immobile ions in the P region. Also in the P plus region we will be having ions which has accepted one electron, so this will be all negatively charged electrons. Now at the junction, so see at the junction, as there is it is also called a space charge region or a depletion region. In a depletion region, it is depleted of mobile charge carriers. That means the resistivity is high, so the voltage drop will be high. So the field distribution is showing that the maximum field is occurring in the N plus P region, and consequently there will be another high region in the intrinsic region, as the intrinsic region is deficit of mobile charge carriers. So it will also offer resistivity, and that's why the drop across would be it will be high, and intensity will be considerably intense. Electric field will be there. So whatever we have discussed so far is we have discussed the basic structure, the field distribution due to different majority carrier present in the different regions, and the doping profile. See the doping profile, the high doping is 10 to the power 20 per centimeter cube. The standard doping is 10 to the power 16 per centimeter cube, and intrinsic region doping is very low, 10 to the power 13 per centimeter cube. The Reed diode is an N plus P I P plus structure where N plus or P plus mean high doping and I means intrinsic material almost, that we have already discussed. The device consists essentially of two materials. One is the P region at which avalanche multiplication occurs. This region is also called the high field region or the avalanche region. So see, this is consisted of two regions. One is the P region over here and the another is the high field region over here. This is region 1 and this is your region 2. This is your region 2. This region is also called the high field region or the avalanche region. The other is the I or intrinsic region through which the generated holes must drift in, moving to the P plus contact. So this is the P plus contact. As you can see, this is the P plus contact. So holes will be moving along this direction. The space between the N plus P junction and the I P plus junction is called the space charge region or the depletion region. Similar devices, we must mention that it can be also built upon a P plus N I N plus structure, but in that case electrons will be the carriers generated from avalanche multiplication, which will actually drift through the I region. Now let us move forward to the avalanche multiplication. When the reverse bias is well above the breakdown voltage, that means what will happen? We have discussed the structure, let us discuss what is going to happen in the structure. When the reverse bias is well above the breakdown voltage, the depletion region then extends from the N plus P region through the P and I region to the I P plus junction. That means the depletion region starts from the N plus region, goes to P, then I, then P plus. It is almost as a punch through diode. The applied DC voltage gives a rising field in moving from left to right. So the fixed charges in these various regions are shown, and the DC voltage will create an applied field from left to right. The maximum field which occurs at the N plus P junction is about several hundred kilovolts per centimeter. One will wonder how. Because the reason is, as the length of the intrinsic region is very small, or the total device is of the order of few microns, so a typical voltage of 5 volt also will create kilovolts order of magnitude. It will be of the kilovolt per centimeter order. So carriers or holes over here moving in the high field near the N plus P junction acquire energy to knock valence electrons into the conduction band, thus providing hole electrons pairs. The rate of pair production or avalanche multiplication is a sensitive nonlinear function of the field. By proper doping, the field can be given a sharp peak at the N plus P junction, that we have seen. There is a sharp peak in the N plus P junction. There is a sharp peak in the N plus P junction, so that the avalanche multiplication is confined over here due to external bias that we have applied a DC voltage source VDC over here, external bias. The holes drift through the space charge region to the P plus region due to the external bias, with a constant velocity Vd, drift velocity Vd of about 10 to the power 7 centimeter per second for silicon. The field throughout the space charge region is above 5 kilovolt per centimeter. So these are very typical values for a few micron width of 4 layered N plus P I P plus diode, reed diode, and having the given doping profile. Now what is the transit time? Transit time is the total time taken to cover the intrinsic layer. The transit time of a hole across the drift I region or the intrinsic region L is given by tau is equal to L upon Vd. Tau will be L upon Vd. So see, here we have discussed the basic structure of the reed diode, the first proposed IMPATT diode, its field distribution, doping profile, and the basic mechanism of avalanche, and how the holes is moving from the N plus P junction to the intrinsic region and back to the negatively charged electrode. Now we'll see in our next video that this will create to a negative resistance region, and it will help to eventually come up with an amplifier in the IMPATT diode. So that we'll see in our next video. Thanks for your kind listening. Thank you and bye.